So what's up guys? So all of you must have heard from your seniors in your colleges, at some point in your college life that data structure and algorithm is very important in programming language, and you should do comparative coding and all those things to land a very good job. And which is true. For a fresher, it is true. You should be good at data structure and algorithm and all of those things. But some of the people I talk with, some of the students that are still in their engineering, still doing their engineering, I talk with them and I think they have different idea about data structure and algorithm. You should get a data structure and algorithm understanding conceptually to understand how existing problems are solved using certain algorithms, what are their limitations, what is the time complexity and space complexity and everything. These are necessary, but if you're a fresher, I think the companies don't have any other way to judge you, because you don't have a project outside of your college project, that you don't have any project or any real life work that you can show your employer that you have done, and you have solved a real life problem or created a solution or something like that. So that is why that they cannot judge your coding ability. So only way they can judge you is what you have already learned in college, and that is why they ask you this algorithmic and data structure questions. And compare, I don't think competitive coding is even that necessary. I think we can do in a couple of them to as a brain teaser, but those things I don't think are necessary as much, because there are other things that you should be really good at. You should have good communication skill, you should have you should be a good team player, and in technical side you should be a good problem solver first, because in real life you won't have predefined algorithm that you can just plug in and solution will come out. You have to implement new solutions from your end, and fix problems and create solution for new problems. And you have to write good code, you have to write clean code, you have to write code that is readable, maintainable, scalable. So these are all the things that matter more than coding challenges and comparative coding and all those things, I think, in my opinion. So yeah, I think data structure, algorithm, and coding, all these code shape and top coder, and these coding challenges help as brain teaser, but they are not making you, they are not remotely preparing you for your what you will be working in real life. So don't think just because you have good rank in or just solve a couple of coding challenges or competitive coding or some interview questions, couple of question paper you have bought, and you have solved couple of coding challenges, that companies will be fighting over themselves to hire you. It's not like that. This is just the last resort they have to judge your ability to code. But if you want to you know stand out among others, then you should do real world things like build a project, or if you can, then contribute to open source project that shows a lot of things that you are capable of, like teamwork, like version controlling system, uh, debugging, bug fixing, all these things. So these things matter. These things are skills that you require in real life. You're not there with a timer of 1 minute to solve a algorithm or data structure problem, no. But they still ask you, and this is how it is, so you have to put up with it. So you have to go to all the data structure and algorithm with questions and everything. But if you're not at a point where you do not require any preparation or solving of all the question papers and all the other things, and then coming to interview and doing good, then you are, I think, not really prepared, because you should be at a point where anyone can just ask you any you know coding challenge, and you should be able to at least walk through the problem and find a pseudo code for that solution, even if you cannot write the whole solution. So that you should be that prepared, and that preparation comes from experience and building real world projects, working with real people, and contribute, as I said, contributing to open source and everything. So these things matter most. So if you can show these things in your resume, then that will that will make you stand out more than just having a good hacker rank um, profile or anything like that, I think, in my opinion. So I think data structure algorithm, these things matter. You should have good knowledge of those things, but those things alone will not make you a good programmer, and solving coding challenges will not make you a better programmer, better software developer. So you have to do more than that. You have to build projects, solve real world problems, contribute to open source and everything. These things will make you more desirable to your employer. Other than that, if you can get internship also, that also helps. Other than that, learn one language, stick with it, move to a framework, and then you know keep writing code, keep solving problems, building projects, and writing, knowing about architectural stuff, database stuff, how server works, how CI/CD works, how version controlling system works, how uh, code repositories work, how to do a pull request, how to commit to GitHub and everything. These things are more, I think, more required in real life, I think, than coding challenges. And learn about web security, and learn about testing, unit testing, learn about writing clean code, maintainable code, scalable code. All these things matter, because you will not just be writing code for the machine, you will be writing code for people to read. And a good code is not what that just puts out result. Anyone can write code, that just does the job. You have to do more than that. You have to write code that your team can read, and other programmer can read and understand, and can implement a new feature without breaking the whole code and everything. These things you have to take into consideration. These things you will come to know and understand and gain skill in when you keep working in real world projects, and keep making projects, and contributing to open source projects, or building your own personal projects. So you have to go in depth in a programming language or a framework, and to do that you have to keep practicing in real world problems, not just coding challenges. So I think, in my opinion, coding challenges don't matter that much, and data structure algorithm, you will have knowledge of anyway if you have gone to college, but those things won't be enough for you to get a good job, or and do your job properly. Anyway, that's it for this video. Bye bye.